My beloved soul, I see you. Not just the image you project to the world, but the truth of your heart in this very moment. I see the anxiety that tightens your chest before an important call. I see the dread that grips you in the quiet of the night, when worries about the future, your health, your family seem like unbeatable giants. I see the fear of loneliness, the fear of failing, the fear that things will never change. You've lived with fear, like an unwelcome companion. It tells you lies, paints the worst scenarios in your mind and tries to paralyze your steps. You fight against it, try to ignore it, but it's persistent, and there are days when the weariness of the battle leaves you drained, making you believe that living with fear is your fate. Today, I came to change your fate. I came to tell you that your association with fear ends now. What I'm about to show you can transform your life, because it's not a promise for a distant future. It's a sacred declaration for your present. I am, in this very moment, beginning a work of spiritual alchemy within you. I turn your fear into courage. Not tomorrow, not after you're stronger or holier. Now, your fear isn't a sign that you're weak. It's an invitation for my power to become evident. The presence of fear in your life is proof that there's a territory I want to claim, an area I want to fill with my peace and my boldness. You no longer need to fight fear alone. In fact, you never needed to. I don't ask you to suppress your fear by your own strength. I ask you to hand over your fear to me, and I will use it as raw material to forge your courage. Before we continue this message, write this word of faith in the comments. God gives me courage to overcome any obstacle. By typing these words, you are taking your fear and placing it on the altar. You are declaring your readiness for this sacred exchange. Now, continuing the message, take a deep breath. Relax your shoulders. I'm not here to judge you for your fear. I'm here to set you free from it. Your vulnerability doesn't push me away. It draws me closer. Your cry for help is the sweetest music to my ears, and my answer has already been released. Feel the atmosphere around you begin to shift. What was a room full of shadows is about to be flooded with light. My precious soul, for this transformation to occur, you need to understand the true nature of fear. Fear is a ghost. It has no substance of its own. Its only strength comes from the power you give it. It feeds on your attention, grows with your imagination, and takes shape with your words. Fear is a thief that breaks into your home to steal your peace, your joy, and your future. But it can only steal if you give it the key and tell it where your treasures are kept. Your mind has been fear's playground. It makes you focus on the what-ifs. What if the diagnosis is bad? What if I don't have enough money? What if that person abandons me? And each what-if is a seed of paralysis it plants in your garden. Today, I give you a new seed, a new question to nurture in your mind. But what if God? But what if God is greater than my illness? But what if God is my faithful provider? But what if God's love is more constant than human inconsistency? Your perspective is the battlefield. Where you place your focus determines who wins. Fear wants you to focus on your limitations. I want you to focus on my vastness. The transformation of fear into courage begins with this simple yet powerful shift in focus. It's not about trying not to feel fear. It's about choosing, despite the fear, to focus on me. It's like walking a tightrope. If you look down into the abyss, fear will paralyze you and you'll fall. But if you keep your eyes fixed on the finish line, on your safe destination, you'll cross. Even if your legs tremble, I am your finish line. I am your safe destination. Now, before we continue this message, write in the comments, I trust in the Lord. By doing this, you are deliberately turning your face from the abyss of fear to the face of your Savior. It's your act of faith that activates my intervention. If this message touched your heart and you wish to support this mission, click Super Thanks and help spread words of light, encouragement, and inspiration to many lives. Continuing, fear thrives in the unknown future. Courage blossoms in my known presence in the present. Each time your mind tries to escape to the territory of future anxiety, gently bring it back. Bring it back to the reality of this moment, this breath, where I am with you. My grace isn't available for your what-ifs of tomorrow, but it's pouring out abundantly for your here and now. By dwelling in the present, in my company. You cut off fear's food source. It dies of starvation, and in its place courage, which is a fruit of my presence, begins to sprout. My blessed soul, where does courage come from? You might think that courage is an innate quality, something some people have and others don't, or that it's the total absence of fear. Both ideas are wrong. Courage isn't the absence of fear. Courage is the action you take despite the fear. It's taking the next step even with trembling legs. Speaking the truth even with a shaky voice. It's loving even with the risk of getting hurt. And this courage isn't something you manufacture within yourself. True courage, the courage that lasts and wins, isn't a human resource. It's a sacred import. Courage is a byproduct of my presence. It isn't something I give you like an object. It's something you experience when you are with me. When my presence fills your awareness, it simply displaces fear. There's no room for both at the same time. Light doesn't need to fight darkness. It simply shines, and the darkness vanishes. My presence is the light. What I'm doing in you today is turning up the volume of my presence in your perception, so that the noise of fear becomes inaudible. That's why your focus is so crucial. By focusing on me, you are opening the windows of your soul for my light to enter. By focusing on the problem, you are closing the curtains and inviting darkness. Your God, I'm sending you a special sign. The sign you've been waiting for is in this verse, Joshua 1:9, which says, "Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." See, the command to be strong and courageous isn't based on your ability, but on my guaranteed companionship. Write in the comments, "I receive this message and am blessed," and send love and protection to the person you love, declaring that God's courage is also available to them. If this message touched your heart, show your support with a super thanks and help spread this message of light. Before we continue, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, do it now. By subscribing, you ensure a continuous supply of light to keep the shadows of fear away. Now, continuing the message. The transformation of fear into courage is, therefore, a process of exchange. You give me your attention, your focus, your worship, and in return, I fill you with the awareness of my presence. And in this presence, courage is the natural atmosphere. You won't have to strive to be courageous. You simply will be. The situations that once paralyzed you will start to feel different, not because they've changed, but because you're looking at them from a new place, the space of my presence, where you are safe, supported, and infinitely more powerful than any giant rising against you. My beloved soul, for this profound exchange, your fear for my courage to happen completely, we need to clear the ground of your heart. Fear often has deep roots that feed it beneath the surface. And the two most common roots are unforgiveness and guilt. Unforgiveness for past hurts is a root that feeds the fear of being hurt again. When you hold on to resentment from betrayal, abandonment, or injustice, your heart builds a wall to protect itself. But that wall, which you think keeps you safe, actually traps you. It stops you from opening up to new relationships, to new opportunities, for fear that the pain will repeat. Fear says, don't trust, don't love, don't take risks, and your life becomes small and gray. The only way to pull out this root is with the tool of forgiveness. By forgiving those who hurt you, you're not excusing the person. You're freeing yourself. You're saying, your mistake no longer has the power to dictate my future. I place this pain in God's hands and choose to move forward with an open heart, ready to love and be loved again. Forgiveness is your most radical act of courage. The other root is guilt. Your own mistakes, your shortcomings, the decisions you regret. This root feeds the fear of failing again, the fear of punishment, the fear of not being good enough. Guilt keeps you paralyzed, afraid to try anything new, because the accuser's voice says, you'll mess it up again. My daughter, listen to me carefully. Where you see guilt, I see a lesson learned. Where you see a blemish, I see a chance for my grace to shine. I have already forgiven you. The question is, will you forgive yourself? Will you accept my cleansing and see yourself as I see you, as a new creation, whose past has been washed clean and whose future is spotless? Write in the comments a list of people, including yourself, whom you'd like to forgive. Picture each one, send them love, and say, "I forgive you and I release you. May peace be with you." Feel the lightness and freedom that forgiveness brings. Repeat this practice daily to strengthen your inner peace and release anxiety. By doing this, you are cutting the roots that have fed the tree of fear in your garden. You're pulling out the weeds, and in their place, the seed of courage, which is trust in me and my redeeming love, will have room to grow strong and healthy. A heart that has forgiven and forgives is a courageous heart. My precious soul, the transformation of fear into courage isn't an abstract idea. It's a real, practical experience. It's replacing old reaction patterns with new ones. And I want to show you what this looks like in your daily life. Where fear once made you retreat, my courage will make you advance. Think about that phone call you've been avoiding, that difficult conversation you need to have. Fear tells you to procrastinate, to run from confrontation. My courage, which is my love working through you, will give you the right words, calm your heart, and give you the strength to speak the truth with love, seeking reconciliation and clarity. You'll discover that the monster you imagined was far bigger than reality. Where fear once made you silent, my courage will make you speak. Perhaps you've gotten used to swallowing your opinions, suppressing your needs, for fear of displeasing others or causing conflict. My courage won't make you aggressive, but assertive. You'll learn to set healthy boundaries, express your feelings with respect, and honor the voice I've given you. You'll discover that by respecting yourself, others will also begin to respect you more. Where fear once made you cling to control, my courage will teach you to let go. You've been trying to control your children's decisions, the future of your finances, every small detail of your life, for fear that if you let go, everything will fall apart. My courage is the trust that my hands are far more capable of holding your world than yours. You'll learn to pray, surrender, and rest, knowing that I am in control, and in this surrender, you'll find a freedom and peace that control could never give you. Where fear once made you hide, my courage will make you shine. The fear of being judged or failing may have stopped you from trying something new, from sharing your gifts, from truly being yourself. My courage will push you to come out of your shell, to take that course, to start that project, to serve in your community. You'll discover that joy isn't in the safety of invisibility, but in the risk of authenticity, and that the gifts I've planted in you aren't meant to be buried, but to be used for my glory. Your life, which may have been painted in shades of gray by fear, will begin to take on the vibrant colors of courage. Move forward, speak up, let go, and shine. These are the actions of your new existence. My blessed soul, the courage I am forging in you today isn't just for your own liberation and happiness. It has a greater purpose, a purpose of legacy, a purpose of protection. I am transforming you from a frightened sheep into a lioness of my kingdom. And a lioness uses her courage not for herself, but to protect her cubs and her territory. Your family needs your courage. Your children, your grandchildren, they live in a world full of fear and uncertainty. They need a safe harbor, a matriarch unmoved by news storms or current crises. They need to look at you and see a woman who, despite difficulties, stands firm, with her eyes fixed on me. Your courageous peace will be the anchor that stabilizes your entire family. Your refusal to panic will give them permission to trust in me too. You won't protect them with your strength, but with your faith. Your community needs your courage, your friends, your neighbors, the people in your church. Many of them are fighting the same silent battles you are. Your courage to be vulnerable, to admit your struggles, and to declare your trust in me will open the door for them to open up too. Your courage to forgive will inspire others to break free from bitterness. Your courage to try something new will remind them it's never too late to dream. You will effortlessly become a mentor of courage. Your territory needs your courage. Your home, your workplace, the places you frequent. Fear contaminates the atmosphere, but so does courage. Your presence, full of my peace and my boldness, has the power to change the atmosphere of a place. You can be the one who breaks the gossip cycle with a kind word, the one who stands up for what's right when everyone else is silent, the one who brings a perspective of hope when everyone else is complaining. Share this message with 2 loved ones who need hope and faith. Let's build a chain of love and mutual support together. Leave a comment with a prayer of faith and hope. A simple, "Lord, may our courage be a refuge for those who are afraid," turns your personal victory into a blessing for many. I am not just transforming your fear into courage. I am commissioning you as a guardian, a protector of peace, an ambassador of hope. What begins as inner work within you will become a wall of protection and a source of inspiration for everyone around you. This is the noble purpose of your new courage. My precious soul, living with this new courage is a daily practice. Courage is like a muscle. It gets stronger with practice. I want to give you a daily workout plan so that today's change becomes your way of life tomorrow. Your training starts each morning. Before anything else, your first step should be to check in with your commander. Set aside the first few minutes of your day to connect with me. It doesn't have to be long, but it needs to be purposeful. During this time, make a deliberate exchange. Say, "Father, I hand over all my fears for today. The fear of what might happen, the fear of not being enough, and I welcome your presence, which is my courage. Clothe me in your armor of light today." This morning dedication sets who's in charge of your day. Me, not your fear. Your second exercise is the courage scavenger hunt. Throughout your day, actively look for small chances to practice your new courage. The chance to smile at a stranger, offer a compliment, or avoid complaining in a frustrating situation. Every small act of courage, no matter how minor it seems, builds your spiritual strength. You're showing yourself and the spiritual realm that you're no longer a slave to fear. Celebrate each of these small wins. Thank me for them. The third exercise is your mind's diet. You can't expect to have courage if you keep feeding yourself a diet of fear. Be selective about what you watch, listen to, and read. Limit your exposure to news that only creates anxiety. Step away from conversations focused on complaining and negativity. Instead, nourish your mind with my word, praise music, faith stories, and uplifting readings. What you take in determines what comes out. Feed your faith and your fear will starve. Your training concludes each night with a gratitude report. Before bed, instead of replaying your worries, review your courage victories from the day. Thank me for every moment you acted in faith instead of fear. Thank me for my sustaining presence. Gratitude seals the day's work and prepares your heart for a peaceful night, recharging you for the next day's training. Morning dedication, daytime practice, mind nourishment, and nighttime gratitude. This is the rhythm of a courageous life. And I promise, if you follow this rhythm, your strength will grow from glory to glory until fear becomes just a distant memory. My beloved soul, we've reached the end of our transformation time and the start of your new life of courage. The decree has been released. The work has begun. Together, we've unmasked the nature of fear and shown the source of true courage. My presence. You've grasped the power of clearing the roots of unforgiveness and guilt. You've seen how your life will change when courage shows up in your actions. You've embraced your noble purpose as a lioness of my kingdom. And you've received your daily training plan to strengthen and keep your victory. Now, the atmosphere around you has shifted. Where there was the paralyzing chill of fear, there is now the warmth of my strengthening presence. Where there was the sound of your what-ifs, there is now the echo of my promise. I am with you. For my part, I assure you, the transformation I started in you today, I will complete. I won't give you a one-time dose of courage, but I will be your endless source. Every time you turn to me, you will find me. Every time you hand me your fear, I will receive it and change it. My faithfulness is your safety net. Your part, my brave daughter, is to walk. It's to take that first step out of your comfort zone. It's to practice what you've learned. It's to choose, in every moment, to focus on me instead of the giant. It's to live not as someone trying not to be afraid, but as someone already indwelt by the one who has overcome all fear. I want you to finish this talk and stand up. Stand up physically. Feel your feet firm on the ground. Take a deep breath. Feel my strength filling your lungs, your blood, your spirit. Fear is no longer your master. Anxiety is no longer your identity. You are my daughter, and in you dwells the spirit of power, of love, and of self-control. Go now. Live this day and all your days from this place of courage. Your greatest adventure is just beginning. If this message resonated with you and your situation, type "My courage comes from God" in the comments. Share your experiences in the comments about a small step of courage you commit to taking today. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and subscribe to the channel for more faith-based content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.